We have Zach in Muskego.
Zach in Muskego, you are on 94.5 ESPN, and I need your Rain Man resume, how you have done, if ever, in past Rain Man chances.
I think this is my third time, and I got 6 or 7 was my best so far. So
6 or 7 was your best. That's not bad. That would mean to me that you got a legitimate shot.
I think that means he's making fun of 6'7".
All right.
I think this 6'7" is some kind of meme or something that he's saying, Homer.
I think Rain Man is going to have a slight delay.
Oh, boy. Rain Man is thrown off. It is
Yes.
a big day, Homer. Do you know what day it is?
It's a day for me to feel grateful that I've worked for you for 20 years.
With me.
No. Sorry, nice try.
20
you're the
years.
boss. Yes. I didn't even tell all the great stories. I just told one. I'll never forget it. This
Cheers
is nice.
to 20 years, Homer.
Yes.
From Waukesha to Jefferson Street to Wisconsin Avenue across the street to our current home. We've been through 1510 to 1290 nights to 540 to 94.5. There's been a lot of journeys that have brought us to where we sit today.
It's been fantastic. You were aware of the stupidest moment I ever had in all my years of broadcasting. I'd been working a very short period of time, and I came in and said, I have to talk with you. I said, I'm not sure I can work here. I said, if I'd have known what I know now, I never would have come here. I said, we don't even have a damn trash can in the studio. And you were just there like, and then I go, don't you have anything to say? Don't you have any response? He goes, we can get you a trash can. And I thought, oh man, how stupid must I have sounded? He just said, we can get you. Are you okay? And everything was fine, but
now we don't have any trash cans, so it all worked out well for everybody.
I've moved on, and
I think about back to when Tim Van Born connected us initially, and I had watched you at a charity softball game, and because I had heard you on the air for years and years, and then I saw how you were off the air, and I think it really speaks to you as the person. We talk a lot about doing that invisible work, like the work people do when people don't see it. The way you treat people when other people don't know may be your defining characteristic in so many ways, because you could be obnoxious, you could be sarcastic, you could do on X whatever you do with people, but when nobody's looking, nobody treats people better than you. And I think that's what you value most and why you do it.
I wasn't all that way. I was fascinated by you because of your father, and I didn't know him, but how he did things. And what seemed to be the most important thing to you was relationships. And I learned there were a couple people from Marquette. John Saganiak Sr. was one.
Who, by the way, we learned just like in the last week that his name's actually pronounced Saganiak.
Yes, there's a debate, debate in the family. There's another person from Bayard, Pat Lawton, and I just observed them and was amazed at how kind they were. Never asked for anything other than just that you said thank you. And I thought, when I'm older, I hope people would look at me the way I look at them in terms of maybe having some influence, but never, ever saying this is what you should do. It was just to observe them. And I don't know if I'm correct on you. I think to you, given your entire life and all you've experienced, relationships is the most important thing. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But
no, I think relationships are. I don't think I did it, though, because it was like, that wasn't like a core value type thing. That was more of like, I'm 22 starting a company. How am I going to survive? I think you need long-term relationships, right?
Maybe, but I'm not sure everybody at an age thinks that at the top of the list. They think, I don't know, I've never been.
Yeah, but it's pretty amazing, though, because you think about you in relationships, which you're not crediting yourself for. Jason Wilde was part of your show over 20 years ago.
Right.
Tim Van Born, we talked about as being part of how you ended up coming here 20 years ago. Those people are teammates who are still part of your show every week.
I am proud of that, and I would add Gary Ellerson, who was selling cars, and we were doing a show on Channel 12, and I said, I remember him, and he's been doing it for, I don't know, 15 years or whatever since then. And yeah, that those people have gone on and, not gone on, but that you think they're good and then you benefit from it. And yeah, that's been a nice thing.
Yeah, well, I think everyone loves listening to this hour. As I've told you, when you move to this hour, I get to hear you more than I had in a long time, and the content's great. And more importantly, I think the relationship has been, and the big 20 balloon and the cake that is here.
So since you're here, you're going to have to put up with my second story.
Sure.
So on Twitter, I said you came and visited me at the funeral, I did mention, of my older brother. It was a terrible death from brain cancer, and he was the smartest, true by 100-fold. And it wasn't long after that when my dad passed away, and it wasn't anything I talked about on the air at all. It's not what I do. It's in South Bend, Indiana, and who shows up at his funeral? You, again.
I just happened to be in the neighborhood.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, it was important to me, and, it's something that, you deciding to come to us at the time, and you could say, hey, you were fascinated because you'd heard about my father's success, or we were willing to pay you more, or you had been thrown on late at night on WISN or whatever it was. But whatever it was, you made a choice to come to us at a time where very few people would have made the choice, and that was something that meant a lot to me. And the fact of there's people who bet on you at different times, and you weren't the first, but you're definitely on the earlier end, and one of the first in Milwaukee, certainly.
No, I wanted to work for you. The person who was my agent, who was a friend, said, do you know what you're doing? I said, yeah, I'm working for him. And I had someone else approach me after that to do something, and I said, you're wasting your time. I'll go have breakfast with you forever. Well, why? I work for him. Long as he's still there, I'm not leaving. Well, but I said, we'll have lunch next week. You're not him. I'm not working. And I told people when you acquired TMJ, you'd be the luckiest people. Things are weird sometimes about the land of Karmazin, but know this, you're just really lucky. And I think if you ask those people, they would say the same today. And I'm happy that you came in so that you can look me in the eye and realize how thankful I am for you.
Yep. I do know that, and you've made that clear, and that means a lot. And I think you always have a warped view of everything, from Jackson Churio to Ricky Weeks, who you guaranteed was going to be a Hall of Famer at one point.
I'm honored that you bring that up, because that's the best you got, and that was a long time ago.
To me, it's like the ultimate of where
I analyzed that as to where I went wrong.
No, but at the time you were right in that, if no second baseman has ever produced the way he's producing over these 2 months. So if he's going to be this good a hitter, he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Jim Gantner, they brought him into work, and he didn't say how good it was. He's like, he just does things differently. That's not a sign to be a Hall of Famer. You don't do things differently.
I guess we know that now.
Yeah, no, I analyzed that a lot, wondering how I could be that wrong.
I'm just hoping you're that wrong on Jackson Churio.
Well, no, that's not the same. I didn't really say the same thing at all.
No. I'm saying just wrong to think that because of his chase rate and because of his lack of walks that he can't be an elite hitter, and that you don't just learn that in the major leagues. You're not a hot take artist. You have a thought process.
There's a limit to how much better great players. I mean, I'm talking about him as a historic player versus being a very good player, and that's the thing he's got to figure out. And he's figured it out a little bit better, but you can only be so bad at certain things.
Yeah. And as I said, those takes, both bad. The take on me has worked out okay, but I think the thing you underestimate, as maybe you do in other things, is it's not about one person. It's about a team, and there's times where things,
Okay. Let me just say this, because it's the same way with the Packers. It's about the team, but the team takes on the character of that person. This company takes the character of you, like the Packers won because of Ron Wolf.
Let's go to a break.
Created
We
a character.
talked about me way too long. Let's.
It's good. This is.
Chris,
Do you want to stay some more? You come on the whole show. I got more stuff.
No, I think we're behind. I think we're behind.
Okay.
Homer, congratulations. 20 years, amazing. Appreciate you. And couldn't be more grateful enough for you coming into the lives of me and our team.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Rain Man next.
Congratulations to Homer on 20 years at Good Karma Brands.
Homer, Lightning Lance Davis here. Congratulations, man. 20 years with Good Karma Brands. I've been a